everyone. Welcome back to Fanboy TV South by Southwest Live. We are joined by a very interesting movie and a very interesting person behind the movie. So let's introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Nicole Lucas-Hames, and I directed Chicken People.
Now, we were running a little late because we hadn't had a chance to really delve into this movie, but I remember what it is now. You know, most people grow up, they want a cat or a dog or some fish or some people want chickens. How did you discover that there's this whole culture of show chickens that just is amazing?
I'm from Venice, California, and when my now teenage son who's driving was 11, for about 10 minutes in his school, which was very urban, there was a fad where all the boys in his grade were totally into chickens. So I got him who knows?
Not Pokemon, not anime, no, chickens.
Not Magic the Gathering.
Chickens, exactly. It was crazy. So for his birthday, I got him a book of pictures of chickens, and I saw this little tiny mention that people bred them competitively, that people spent the better part of their lives breeding and competing show chickens. And I said, I have to learn about this.
So it's like a competition, like that would make the best fried leg.
No, none of this is food. It's all show. So think about Westminster.
Mm-hmm. I can see people with their chickens jump over the hoop. Jump, jump, jump.
Actually, it's a pretty big deal. I grew up in Leander, just north of here in Austin, and they actually had, for a while, a competitive chicken in the FFA. Like, people were raiding showbirds, basically.
Now, see, one of the fun things that we discovered from exploring this movie is we're used to chickens just being like your Frosted Flakes chicken on the box, you know, your normal chicken. No, these are some amazing-looking chickens. Like, I had no idea. When you decided to do this, I mean, how much of an eye-opener was it for you?
Great question. It was really kind of astonishing. There are chickens that look more beautiful than a Prada design, that are more elegant than the most extraordinary, crazy hat you could.
Well, sometimes they end up on hats. Let's face it.
Sometimes they do end up on hats. But it was shocking. It was a visual treat. So for a filmmaker, just that was amazing. What was even more amazing to me was how people related to their chickens. They loved their chickens. They raise hundreds of them. One of the characters that we follow raises 1,500 chickens a year just to get the best chicken. Then I discovered that there's a book called The Standard of Perfection. And to the chicken world, it's a little bit like the Constitution is to us. It's open to interpretation, but it describes what a chicken should be. So it should have 5 points on the comb, not 4. If you have 4, it's a disqualification. Or if you have a broken feather, you're out. So
these are some pampered chickens then.
These are very, very pampered chickens. They live better than a lot of people do.
And we saw in the trailer in a little bit of this, there's not just like everyone, you said the standard, but also think like, you know, I'm used to seeing chickens. I've seen chickens before. I helped a gentleman raise chickens at one point, and I'm used to, you know, big chest, little legs, head, wings that don't do anything except get yummy and fried. But there were some of them that like
slathered in barbecue sauce.
But there were some of them like that legitimately were like most leg. It was like one of them looked like it had people's legs.
It had gams for miles.
Yeah, and it was like the small body, but the head is still a thing. And it was like they have modern chickens and classic chicken, and it's like, don't you mean also extra crispy? No, it's just legitimately like all these different standards.
That modern chicken looks like a high fashion model, and that particular breed, the standard says you have to lop off their comb. So they have like these shaved basically imagine a tall, thin, beautiful chicken with a shaved head. So that's the modern. And there's a chicken called a silky, which looks like a French poodle. It's a French poodle of chickens, and it's got fur and feathers. You're looking absolutely stunned.
Well, because this, I imagine, is a very kind of closed off world, because we live in a very cynical society where, we make jokes about this, but as you decided, hey, I want to make a film about this, were they a little kind of hesitant?
They were. Here's like a city person coming in, and I think there was a lot of concern that they were going to be the butt of a joke. Like it was going to be a Christopher Guest movie, and that my take on it would be arch. But as soon as I entered the world, once we got past the suspicion, I have never met such nice people. They're like completely passionate. They're friendly. They're your neighbor. It was the best experience, and they're most lovely people. It was truly great. And what I discovered, we spent a year filming. So we followed 3 competitors over the course of the year, but I really got to know the people as we cast it. What I discovered is that people's passion for their birds actually worked to make them better people. They became the best version of themselves because they loved something so much. It drove them in many ways to be better. And that was the thrill of making this movie, was being able to reflect back the most wonderful things that I discovered, or the most wonderful things about humanity in a time when, there's a lot to sort of be disappointed in humanity. This was really a treat.
I did like the bit we saw, that it isn't just you're like, oh, they wipe it down with a rag or get a brush. It's like this one guy pulls out a makeup a hair kit that would make like my wife and Kim envious. I'm like, they're like, why can't I have that? I'm like, well, you're not $1,500 chicken apparently. I don't know, but it's like they go through some those chickens. Like it's
they
like
probably
a salon.
eat better than we do.
Those chickens get their nails cut, their beaks trimmed.
We're in the wrong trade.
They get washed, they get blown dried, they get sprayed, they get carried all over the country. They have a pretty good life.
I'm like, just don't tell my wife this. She'd be like, why can't I have those nice things? I don't know.
So where can people see this film during South by?
We have our we have our world premiere tomorrow morning, so come tomorrow morning.
How many chickens are going to be there?
The theater wouldn't let us keep chickens, so they're just going to have to see the chickens on screen. We asked if we could bring some chickens. I think there's ordinances about animals. They are very well behaved, but I think there's animal ordinances. But we're tomorrow at the Alamo South Lamar at 11 a.m. So come.
Yes.
And then we're also Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, one at Zach Theater.
Yes, Tuesday there's a special screening, which I'm not sure what that means. It's a South by Southwest special screening, also at 11. Do you know what that means?
It means it's special, so there better be some damn chickens there.
Okay, there you go. And Thursday night at 7:45.
So it probably be at the Zach Theater because they say Zach Theater underneath one, so it could be at Zach Theater.
And Tuesday is the Stateside Theater.
So where can they find out more about Chicken People and the other work that you do? Online. This documentary was made by CMT. It was made from the CMT Doc unit. So CMT Docs has a page up. There's a Facebook page up. They can find me at, I guess, my Facebook page or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really the best place. Nicole Lucas Hames. And they can find out about chickens and my other work. So the last question we have before we have to go is, you've gone into the secret world of chicken raising and competitiveness. What are you going to try to get into next? Like insect taxidermy or, prairie dog races?
No, next my hope is a documentary about police corruption.
Oh, so we go from chickens to something hardcore here.
Another secret world.
Oh, that is very secret world.
So, a very different secret world.
Thanks for being on the show. We had a great time.
I
enjoy the idea that there's professional chicken wranglers out there. That we get to look at the world through your eyes, and it's not Benny Hillified. Chickens running around and stuff.
No.
Yeah, that's how you know this is some loving care taken in this film.
Actually, to me though, I just really have to say this. I kind of know about this. I also know about professional cow If you think chickens got it, wait till you see cows.
All right, so we'll see. Show now you have another idea for cows in the future. Thanks for being on the show and have an absolutely amazing South by Southwest time.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Fanboy TV South by Southwest Live right after this.
No, close your teeth, grit your teeth like a grill. I will carry you myself. Do it.
Yeah, that sucks.